I'm going to be Hey there, this is your pal Pallie, and welcome back to Overrated. This is episode number 15, and we're going to be talking about Warlords Preorder, free level 90s, and a pretty spiffy achievement that I'm going for. But first up, I would like to thank the one person who actually gave me some feedback on my question that I asked last episode, which was, should I have a co-host? Should I have a guest host? Should I do something like that? And someone said, yeah, that'd be interesting. So maybe I'll try something. He suggested Agathon from Tankspot. Ag's got a lot of stuff going on, but maybe. We'll see how it goes. But if anyone else has some feedback or thinks the format's just fine or whatever, let me know that too, because I'd be interested to hear. Anywho, a couple big Blizzard items in general. Most relevant to WoW is you can now pre-order Warlords of Draenor. Yay! And in it, it contains a free boost to level 90, as they promised. So that's interesting, and we'll get to what I did with that in a moment. But first off, a sort of controversy point that came up with the actual release of the pre-order, which was that the price of it was $50. Previous expansions have been $40. So people were questioning what's the deal there, and some people mad bro, some people like, yeah, whatever. And I can see both sides. Essentially, people are like, well, inflation, higher development costs, blah, blah, blah. We're lucky it was $40 for so long. Now it's $50, plus it includes the free level 90, and that's already a paid service that they're actually going to start offering, which is, hey, for $60, you can take any character from 1 to 90 in an instant too. So you're getting a free one of those included in this. So that's the pro side. The con side are like, hey, every other expansion, was $40, and what's up? Why am I getting, why is it $10? Free level 90 is just a feature. All this other stuff, garrisons and all that's just features, just like other expansions. And some people went so far as to enumerate how many things were in Burning Crusade and Wrath and Kata and everything, and say, well, so far from what we've seen, Warlords doesn't have as many features as any of those, so why is it $50? For myself, here's my opinion. If it's worth $50 to you, buy it. If it's not, don't. I don't know. I'm not a Blizzard, employee or anything, so I'm just a guy who plays some Blizzard games and other things, so take that for what you will. I still enjoy the game. I think $50, and let me get this out there. I'm not rich man by any stretch of the imagination. I got cats, like you can see right there. I got kids. I got things to do, house to maintain. And $50 is certainly a big chunk of change. But to me, I play this game. I enjoy it. It's worth it. It's worth the sub every month. So I'm going to do it. And I did it, in fact, yesterday, Friday, whatever. So if it's a value to you, do it. If you don't think it is, don't. There you go. That's my thought on it. Pretty straightforward. So what you do get, which I was interested about, or have been interested about for a while, is a free level 90 character. You can boost any one of your characters or you can create a level 1 and then instantly boost them up to 90. Or if you have a level 70 that you just haven't touched forever, you want to boost them to 90? Sure. Perfect. Happens. Some public service announcements before that people were posting on Twitter, like Olivia DeGrace had this, and a couple other people were like, hey, watch out. There's a couple things to watch out for. If you do a level 1 to 90, it will not get professions for it, because you can't get professions until level 5, which is fine and dandy. I don't know. If you level a character, or if you have a character that's level 60 or above that has professions, those will be boosted to level 600, which is nice and handy and pretty valuable, I think. If you have a character like that that doesn't have professions, apparently it randomly selects professions and boosts them to 600. I think that's how it went. So be careful of that. If you actually want some max professions on your alt and you haven't given them one yet and it's past level 60, you can give them some professions for a moment. It only takes like 5 copper or something, so go do that. Other than that, you do get 483 gear once you boost it to level 90. So, and it was dropping people in Timeless Isle to allow people to grind up some 496 gear or something if they wanted. But when those people were starting to get ganked immediately upon entering the world by the bloody coin farmers, whom I hate, they moved it so that when you get hit low, when you do the boost, it actually logs you in and you're in 2 moons, and that's your Hearthstone. So, good move there. Cool stuff. And nothing to worry about. You have that 483 gear, then you can go do whatever you want. So, happy Skippy. So, what did I do with my level 90? Well, I made a rogue. Level 90 rogue, named after one of my cats. Named it Caloriffy. One of my cats is called Callie for being calico. Yeah, okay. Pretty simple name. But I made a rogue. Why? I'm not actually too interested in playing a rogue, but, as you might have guessed from the intro to this episode, I'm actually doing an interesting achievement, and I need the rogue for it. And I'll get to why I need the rogue for it in a moment, but here's my achievement that I'm going for. Insane in the Membrane. Yay! It's a pretty insane achievement. If you don't know much about it, I'm going to explain it, because I feel like people who have that title aren't sort of given the recognition that they deserve, and there's not recognition that this achievement is that insane. And it is pretty insane. It's pretty grindy. I mean, there's not anything, oh my god, difficult about it, but it's just very grindy, and that's why it's insane to do so. So, what do you need for it? Well, first off, you need to be honored with the Bloodsail Buccaneers. Who are they? Those are the pirates that are attacking Booty Bay. Those guys all around there. So, to get honored with them, you have to actually attack Booty Bay yourself. You have to click on that faction, Booty Bay, and say that you're at war with them, and then you can attack all the guards and all the NPCs that are running around in Booty Bay, and slowly, very, very slowly, gain the rep with Bloodsail Buccaneers until you hit Honored. When you hit Friendly, you get an achievement by doing a little quest line that pops when you get Friendly. That gives you a nice, cool Admiral's hat that actually gives you a pet, too, so that's nice. And you get this, pirate costume, which people like to run around with. So, there's some interesting sidelights to doing just that part of this meta achievement. But, doing this actually completely tanks your rep with the next 4 reps that I'm going to talk about, which are the Steamweedle Cartel. And that's Everlook, Ratchet, and Booty Bay, and Gadgetzan. So, when you're killing all of these citizens of Booty Bay, that's actually completely tanking your rep with all of those, such that you end up at the low, or at least the end of the spectrum, which is hated. And that sucks, because you need all 4 of those reps at Exalted for this reputation. Yikes. So, once you hit Honored, then you have to tank your Bloodsail rep by going and turning in some cloth with all of these reps, and that actually gets you back to neutral. And then you have to grind pirates all over the world. You kill lots and lots of pirates. And I'm talking every kill's giving you 3 to 5 rep. And you have to go from neutral all the way up to Exalted with those 4 reps. Now, each kill does give you some spillover to the reps. So, like, if you were done with Booty Bay and then, like, immediately, like, well, I'm going to kill Bloodsail Buccaneers, that actually gives you a little bit more rep with Booty Bay, but it gives you, like, 1 to 3 rep with the other factions. So it's not like you're grinding 4 reps one by one all the way up. It's sort of a, collective, all 4 are going up at a steady pace. You can hop to different places so that it sort of evens out, that you're getting the maximum. I don't know. There's lots of guides to this whole achievement. You'll see that if you want to check this out. But you'd have to do all 4 of those all the way up from neutral to exalted. Woo! That's a lot of pirates. A lot of grinding. I'm probably understating that grind because I haven't started it yet. I know, again, I helped a friend a little bit do that grind. Yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of grinding there. A lot of pirates to kill. So pirates dead. Next up is Darkmoon Fare. Now this may be an easy one for a lot of people who were around in Cataclysm and did the Darkmoon stuff, every time it popped, because it gave you, a lot of the tokens to get the pets and all that other stuff. In fact, my Paladin has this done, but I'm actually going for this achievement on my Hunter, and my Hunter did not do any of it. Maybe has like 2k rep with it or something. So unfortunately, this was the part that's actually going to take me the longest in terms of, elapsed time, because I'm going to have to hit Darkmoon. It's the middle of March, so I've actually missed this past one, and I'm going to have to, hit it in April, beginning of April, beginning of May. Hopefully, people have said it's 2 to 3 months, so I'm going to see what I can do to boost that as much as I possibly can. We'll see. But anywho, you have to do all the dailies, you have to do all the little quests, chain things, the weeklies, and all that other jazz, or monthlies, I guess it would be, and get exalted with Darkmoon Fare. So, that's just another rep. Again, it takes more time in terms of Darkmoon's only available once a month for a week, so it's just more a matter of, like, making sure you do every bit of it for that week, which again isn't that much. The dailies, I actually sometimes have my kid do them because he likes the little tonk thing and, the shooting of the cannon and all that other fun jazz. Whatever, here's some gold, go at it. And, he's done in, 15, 20 minutes or something. So it's not too difficult in that terms. It's just in terms of you got to catch it every month. And lastly, we'll come to the rep that actually is why I made the rogue, and that is Ravenholt. So Ravenholt is a rep in Arathi Highlands, and you get it by killing Syndicate people in Arathi Highlands, and there's other places to do so, but the best place to do it is to grind in the keep there. Was it Stromgard Keep or something? And then there's this actual little farm that's being attacked by Syndicate too. And you just bounce between those places, killing the Syndicate guys there. Again, you're getting very little rep, like 5 to 7, depending if you place a banner down, all that other jazz. And you've got to grind that from neutral, and you can only grind it from neutral all the way up until the end of Honored. You have to stop at 11,999 out of 12,000 for Honored, which would give you Revered if you got one more point, because it stops giving you points at that point. You can't become revered with this faction by killing stuff, by grinding mobs. You can only get to a certain point, sort of halfway. Once you get there, the only thing you can do is turn in heavy junk boxes to this guy over here. I don't know, I haven't done that part yet. I'm starting to get the junk boxes, but how do you get the junk boxes? Well, here comes Caliriffy, my lovely rogue. You have to pickpocket the junk boxes off of mobs in Lower Blackrock Spire. And you may think, that's not too bad. Maybe you only gotta do, maybe 3 or 4 runs through it and you'll have plenty of junk boxes. No. We're talking a lot of junk boxes. If you have no reputation bonuses, like you don't have a guild or any of that kind of stuff, You don't put banners down or anything. This actually would calculate out to take you 1,600 heavy junk boxes. And in terms of how many you get per sort of run of Lower Blackrock Spire, you probably get between 15 and 20 if you're lucky for a, maybe 10-minute run through. That's a lot of freaking junk boxes. It takes a long time to run around and pickpocket the mobs that many times. I've done it a couple times here, sat down and done it for, 2-3 hours while I'm watching a hockey game or, watching a movie, whatever. And I only have about 160 or so. So yeah, it takes a long time. And even worse, the junk boxes don't actually stack. So I've got 160 bank slots already. Like, I've got a toon that I just created, gave it netherweave bags, filled up his bank, said, here you go. And it's already full, the bank of that toon, and it's starting to fill the bags of that toon. So I'm going to either have to buy new bags for that toon or make another alt to, like, junk boxes 2 or something, bank alt, and do the same thing, because I'm not quite to the honored part, and it would be a waste for me to hand in junk boxes to the rep at this point, because I gotta save them all for, the point where I can only use junk boxes. So that one's pretty insane. It's a lot of pickpocketing, and you have to have a rogue. You can't, kill the mobs with your hunter or your whatever, and a junk box drops. Maybe not. Anyway, it's certainly not efficient. So if you have no rogue, you have to probably pay a rogue to go do so. And I don't know what I would assume that's probably pricey, because it's really time consuming. Really freaking time consuming. So Ravenholt alone, at least in my mind, sort of gives you this sense of, this is really insane. I've got to go through all of these hoops to get there. So, anywho, Bloodsail, Steamweedle, Darkmoon Fare, and Ravenholt, you got to get all these sort of weird reputations all the way to Exalted, or Honored in Bloodsail's case. And it just takes a long freaking time. So, give some props if you see someone who has that title, or has that, meta achievement, because it took them a long damn time. It took them some dedication, because it can get really boring grinding and doing the same thing over and over again. And all you really get is the title and the achievement, and yeah, so be nice to your local insane person. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. Anywho, I want to mention some other Blizzard news, because that's a lot of what the news was this past week. There was not a lot of, besides the pre-order, there was not a lot of Warlords of Draenor, new cool stuff that is identified out there. There's a couple tidbit items here and there. The flying thing is actually, the no flying in Warlords is kind of a thing that's bouncing around with some tweets and such. Some people are, mad bro about that. But more of what sort of took up the vacuum of news this week is the Heroes of the Storm Alpha. So if you don't know what Heroes of the Storm is, it's Blizzard's sort of League of Legends, Dota type game where you have the, your heroes and you're going off to fight PvP style with some other people, etc., etc. So interesting game. The technical alpha came out for it this past week. I know quite a few people got invites to that, or at least people I know, like Remedies from Blizzmaster. So you may see a lot of news and a lot of gameplay videos about Heroes of the Storm. People are pretty pumped about it. Myself, I'm probably, if I get into a beta or something, I'll try it out. I've not been too interested in those types of games in general, but whatever. Sounds like they'll make it kind of fun, and they'll do the Blizzard thing of, making the game pretty simple to learn, but, hard to master, that kind of jazz. So, cool. Interesting to see. And speaking of simple games that are hard to master, the other one in the stable, Hearthstone, actually went live this past week, so now it's no longer in open beta. You can play it live, and the interesting note for World of Warcraft players is that if you do download Hearthstone, which it's free to play, if you download it and play it for a little bit and get to the arena mode, which is you're against different actual players as opposed to the computer, you can, if you win 3 matches, you get a Hearthsteed in World of Warcraft. So cool stuff. Check it out. As I said, it's a pretty simple game. Hard to master. There's a lot to it. And there's a lot of Hearthstone coverage out there. So just wanted to mention that item because of the fact that you can get a Hearthsteed in World of Warcraft. So, yay. And back to World of Warcraft, I would like to thank at least one person who came out and watched my stream pretty consecutively. That's Trixie Bella on Twitch. They watched my stream for like 3-4 nights in a row. We did some challenge modes they were watching, and then 2 nights of raiding. Have my another night of raiding tomorrow. Hopefully they show up for that too. But that was actually kind of fun to have someone in there who was talking here and there and interacting and stuff. So appreciate that, and you should come and check it out too, because there's actually people starting to watch now. Trixie wasn't the only one. There was a couple here and there popping in. But twitch.tv/getarade, check it out. I'll also on my Twitter sort of broadcast before and say, hey, 30 minutes from now I'm going to put my stream up. Here's what's happening tonight. I won't have this up for Sunday raids, I'm sure. But Sunday we're supposed to clear Siegecrafter again, hopefully. Hope we don't spend a whole nother night trying to farm him. I suppose. And then we're going to be working on Paragon's 25-man heroic. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, next Sunday, as much as we can until it's done. Hopefully it's done before it wraps around to that next Sunday in this next episode. But yeah, come check it out, because there's lots of fun. The event conversation's fun, and there'll be cats in the background. There were like cats fighting the last stream. That was pretty interesting. They were like jumping off the bin back there. Yeah, I don't know. It was fun. So come check me out. Twitch.tv/getarade, or Twitter. Follow me on Twitter @getarade. And then last thing before I close this out, I will have upcoming videos. In fact, the Siege of Orgrimmar meta achievement video Part 3 might actually be out before this episode goes live. But anywho, that's close to being done. I got all the parts, just got to get them assembled. And then I still have Siegecrafter Heroic video to make. I've got all the videos assembled. I need to write the script. I need to do the audio. Blah, blah, blah. Anywho, that's coming up too. And then I don't know what I'll do after I get, Part 4 of the achievement guide done. Someone actually asked for LFR videos, which at this point, I don't know if that'd be valuable. But anywho, we'll see. If you have an idea on more content that I'll be producing, at least for Siege, let me know. When and if a Warlords beta comes, you'll be getting crap tons of stuff from me. So check that out too. Anywho, thanks guys for subscribing and liking the videos and commenting here and there. Appreciate it. And this will be it for Overrated episode number 15. We talked Warlords of Draenor Preorder. We talked free 90s. We talked insane achievements. Insane. And some other tidbits of information. So, thanks guys, and have a good one.